There he is!
And Harwood's with him.
So this really was your doing. Shocker.
My reputation precedes me. I'll have you know, I'm just a man behind the curtain. I'm certainly not the star. The winds of change are blowing over this whole island. And it's not only affecting you, but also everyone else here, too.
You want to speak in riddles all day? Or are you gonna tell us what the hell it is you're planning?
Katra, what's going on? Tell us what's wrong. He's unresponsive.
You bastard! What the hell did you do to him?
Oh, nothing much. Just a little push over the edge. All that's left now is to wait and see if the pieces fit. Now, get out there and break a leg.
What is this?
Katra? Wings? Made of shards? An angel?
This can't be for real, can it?
He mustn't!
Make him stop, now! You'll be caught in it too!
Now, why would I do that? This is the best part of the show. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. Though I suppose it'll make for a rather anticlimactic ending. If you want a happier one, you'll just have to do better next time.
Hey, you guys. Going somewhere? I was just getting some fresh air to clear my head. Things have felt a little off lately, and I think it has something to do with the Oathbreaker's plan, and whoever it is you're looking for. Well, I've been feeling this presence from outside this world. It's coming from 3 spots around the island, and only at night. I didn't sense it at all during the day, but now I'm hearing these odd little murmurs wherever I go. It's almost like the island itself is trying to give birth to something, as if it's waiting for a resurrection of some kind. Wish I could pinpoint where it was coming from. Unlike you, I haven't been searching this island from top to bottom. I bet you guys can figure it out, though. Good luck.
There he is!
And Harwood's with him. So this really was your doing. Shocker.
My reputation precedes me. I'll have you know, I'm just a man behind the curtain. I'm certainly not the star. The winds of change are blowing over this whole island. And it's not only affecting you, but also everyone else here, too.
You want to speak in riddles all day? Or are you gonna tell us what the hell it is you're planning?
Katra, what's going on? Tell us what's wrong.
He's unresponsive.
You bastard! What the hell did you do to him?
Oh, nothing much. Just a little push over the edge. All that's left now is to wait and see if the pieces fit. Now, get out there and break a leg.
What is this?
Katra?
Wings? Made of shards? An angel?
This can't be for real, can it?
He mustn't!
No! It's not over yet!
Oh?
It stopped.
It looks like our little trip around the island has more than paid off.
There are spiritual singularities all over the island that give off negative mana. So you found them, did you? And here I thought we were all about to accept death's sweet embrace. Way to keep your eye on the ball, Spriggan.
Why you?
Van, look!
Mr. Salesian!
It wasn't enough to snap him out of it.
The surge in mana was just a fun little extra. My real plan was to create the vessel, and that has been accomplished.
Vessel? What do you...
Van!
Yeah, we're gonna beat some sense back into him. Let's go!
How is he still going?
Please, stop this, Katra! Come back to us!
Pull yourself together! We know for a fact that this isn't who you want to be!
Yes.
Whoa now. We can't end the show here. It's not quite time for the curtain call.
Katra!
The Oathbreaker's going in with him!
There was a secret passage here this whole time?
This must be their...
What was that explosion?
It came from the villa!
Van! Are you okay?
We're fine. What the hell's happening over there?
The villa was suddenly attacked by all these horrible machines!
Why is this happening to me?
And please tell me Katra's okay.
He's gonna be just fine. Don't worry. Elaine, we've still got some stuff to do here. Hold down the fort until we can get back, okay?
Understood. We'll deal with things on our end. Just take care of yourself, Van. And tell that to the others, too.
You better come back to us safe and sound. Got that?
I hope they'll be okay.
They can handle themselves. Right now, we need to worry about what's in front of us. Now, let's move!
Katra, are you alright? He looks like he's in a lot of pain.
Poor thing. It almost tugs at my heartstrings to see him like this. No normal human would be capable of withstanding the searing pain that form brings. Yet our completed vessel is bearing the brunt of it all the same. I'd expect nothing less from the DG cult's obsessive pet project.
You son of a bitch!
You keep calling him a vessel. Is he the victim of one of the cult's experiments? The ones that fell outside of their normal doctrine?
Precisely. Although, in a manner of speaking, he was right in line with it. They called him God's Vessel.
God's vessel?
The DG cult was established 500 years ago, but it was more or less a front. However, the cult grew like a raging forest fire, and in its wake, a number of defiant sects sprung to life. These groups had views and objectives that strayed far from that of the cult, and they sought a new approach for finding the true God. One of these sects was Paradise. They hatched a plan to create a vessel for it. And that plan involved turning a human into a host for the true God. They tried a number of methods, from genetic manipulation to drug administration, in order to artificially create the perfect human being. Put simply, they were performing a ritual to bring a god down from heaven and into the body of their completed vessel.
What are you saying? A perfect human being?
In every sense of the word, both mentally and physically. Apparently, they were determined to make their vision a reality by any means necessary. At one of the hospitals that was under their thumb, they treated a pregnant mother with drugs and subjected her to genetic manipulation. From what I hear, they even did a bit of recycling from some of the children that were broken by the less radical sects of the cult. However, that yielded some unexpected results.
The personality transference we saw in the research lab was likely one of them. No, it may be more accurate to say it was the inciting incident. It was an experiment to bring what they believe to be a true god to Earth. and then implant its personality into a vessel.
And everything that happened to you was...
Yes, that was all a prelude to their experiments on personality transference. Fun fact, that child wasn't originally from Paradise. He was born at a different lodge. The parents were members of the cult. They willingly offered their child up for experimentation. And this is the result. The child made for a promising test subject. After all, he is both male and female.
So then, that's what happened.
Catra was artificially imbued with the characteristics of an angel, like the ones we grew up hearing about.
How could they do that to their own child?
Pieces of shit!
At the very least, he was spared the worst of the experiments. He was born as a child of God, after all. However, that didn't stop them from drugging and brainwashing him on a regular basis. They needed him to believe he was different. They wanted to erode any sense of belonging, so that he would one day play the part of the ideal host for their true God. But that day never came.
You're referring to the cult purge operation, yes? The one that took place a year after Paradise was destroyed by the Society? Technological countermeasures were put in place after the fact, and victims were taken in by foster families. Professor Hamilton was involved in that.
Right. She welcomed Catra into her family.
That story wasn't yours to tell, you know. You have some nerve digging up someone's past like that. How dare you?
Could have stopped me any time, but no. You hung on every word. You're just as guilty. Anyway, I'm not all that concerned about his tragic backstory. The only thing that matters is whether he's useful to my plan. And since he's long outlived his usefulness, I have no reason to remain here. I just wanted to see things through to its conclusion.
Again?
It's like he's going out of control.
Now then, I'll be making my exit. I have more important matters to attend to.
Hey! Where the hell do you think you're going?
Let him go. We have to help Catra.
Run away. I don't care anymore. I'm not human. I don't belong in this world. This is what Papa and Mama wanted. Leave me be. Go before I hurt you more than I already have.
Catra.
You always stick your neck out for us, so why can't we return the favor? If we were in your shoes, you'd rush to our aid without a second thought. Don't deny it!
Your words ring true, even now. Are you seriously trying to make that same dumbass choice that I did? You realize how many people that would hurt. Open your eyes. Remember all the people who care about you. Remember us. Not those damn cultists or your screwed up parents who put you through this hell in the first place. You don't owe them a damn thing. And don't you forget it. Catra's Elysian!
He's right. Please don't let go of the people who treasure you dearly. The bonds and connections you've made are what make you who you are.
What about Professor Hamilton and Esmeralda, huh? They loved and raised you as their own. There's your answer right there.
I don't give two shits about this angel crap or whether people think you're different. That doesn't give you the right to just up and leave us.
You're not going to hurt us. And whether you like it or not, we're not giving up on you. That's right. We'll do whatever we have to bring you back. Because you mean the world to us. So please, please come back to us, Catra.
Oh, yes. Everyone.
Let's take care of this, Van. For the victims who are still suffering because of the cult. And for those of us that suffered in the past.
We've got your back too!
You can count on us. We'll get him back if it's the last thing we do.
Thanks, everybody. Let's do this!
Catra!
You good?
Van. I didn't want any of you to know about my past or my body.
Catra.
You've gotta learn to stop stressing over nothing, kiddo. Haven't you seen all the skeletons we've got in our closets? Do you seriously think we'd let that stuff affect how we see you?
He's got a point. We're all basically in the same boat here. You're you, Catra. That's all that matters to us.
Maybe I'm not the best person to say this, but here's my take. Everyone has things they struggle with, big and small alike.
That's right. And yet, here we all are. We always have each other's backs, no matter what.
I'm none too pleased with Harwood's lack of delicacy in bringing all this to light. But what matters now is how you choose to deal with it from here.
Even though these things are hard to share, the more we know about you, the better we can support you. I learned that after you all caught wind of my own family situation.
The fact that we all look after one another should make it obvious how much we care. I implore you to show yourself some of that care too, and learn to love the person you are the way we do.
Rosette. Everyone.
They're here! Oh, Catra! I'm so glad you're okay.
Essie.
You brought her here? What about Sharid and the others? They okay?
Yes, they are. His Highness ordered me to come, in fact. It's only natural that he did. We do owe Professor Hamilton a great debt, after all.
I was so worried about you. Oh, thank Adios you're safe. If anything happened to you, I don't know what the Professor, Young, and I would have done.
Aw. I'm sorry, Essie, for making you go through this again. I tried to run away, even knowing how many loved ones I'd be leaving behind. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You can leave the two of them in my care. I'll take them back to the villa when they're ready. We'll be counting on you to find the 1,000 Oathbreaker. I'm certain he's still up to something.
For sure. He went farther into the ruins, rather than doing his usual disappearing act. You know, I wouldn't be shocked if what he did to Ren and Catra was just his opening volley.
You really think he's planning something more sinister than that?
I'd bet money on it. Whenever you think he can't sink any lower, he'll upend your expectations in the worst way imaginable. We should catch up with him as soon as possible.
Then let's get moving already!
I concur. We owe it to Mr. Silesian as well.
Stop right there. That's as far as you go. Nice to see you again, old 3 and 9. Not. Oh, and you guys brought along Paradise's little plaything, too.
You guys suck, you know that? Do you have any idea how long it took to get Marduk off our backs?
Haven't got a clue, and frankly, I don't give a shit. Whole thing sounds like a you problem to me.
For your sake, I hope you never call me that again. I'm no one's plaything.
I figured we'd cross paths with you two sooner or later.
Really wish we didn't, though. The people from Melchior's garden are nasty.
I'll take that as a compliment.
I won't. I hate being lumped in with that Uggo. I'll give him one thing, though. That last little act he made us take part in was wicked fun.
Is she talking about the thing Swin mentioned?
You're referring to his final order, right? The one where he told you all to kill each other?
The very same. It was an all-day, all-night party of death and evisceration.
We spent all 24 hours murdering our comrades, who we worked with just the day before, in cold blood.
The Overseer's orders are absolute. If you don't want to die at the hands of another, you kill them.
There was no need for infiltration, scheming, sneaking, or reporting.
In that sense, it was way less of a pain than our usual missions.
All we had to do was kill, and then kill again.
We killed and killed and then killed some more.
Then more, and more, and more, and more, and more.
And more, more.
We killed until the only ones left standing
were me and Yorda.
Iggs.
Hold on a minute! Why would you go along with something so awful?
What the hell are you two smiling for?
Sorry about that. I sorta got lost in my own world for a sec. That whole thing was a blast, wasn't it, Yorda?
For sure. It was pretty awesome. I'll be real for a sec. Every single one of them annoyed the crap out of me. The other kids, the pig-headed teachers, and the freak show overseers. They all had it coming.
You said it. It was so cathartic to finally snuff them out for good. Best day ever! If only I got to kill Melchior myself. That would have been the cherry on top of the slaughter sundae!
They're completely insane.
I get it now. I understand why you call yourselves the Garden's greatest masterpieces.
Well, I definitely won't argue with that point. To be honest, I feel kinda sorry for them.
No doubt the Gardens trained and raised the other children they kidnapped to be this way.
I can't even imagine what these two have been through over the years.
Hey, screw off. Save your pity for someone else. If you thought we were kidnapped by the Gardens, then you're dead wrong.
Ix and I had been there for as long as we could remember. It was basically our home, in a way. Although I wasn't too attached. We did tear it to bits, after all.
This whole thing is just our way of life. We've never once questioned it. And besides, why would we do anything different when we've got these sweet toys to play with?
A sphere? And a sword?
No way! This has gotta be some sick freaking joke!
A nuclear weapon.
Is that a Peyron, the Sword of Divine Darkness? That's the artifact that Dante's person used.
How did you get that?
The Gralsritter told us that the sword had gone missing, so they stole it.
I was under the assumption Almada only manufactured 2 nuclear weapons. Could they have made a third?
I get it now. That's the lead Elaine was talking about. We thought Almada's legacy only involved the pieces of the 8th Genesis. But that isn't the case, is it?
Ding, ding, ding! You got it! Except Almada didn't get their grubby little hands on this 3rd nuclear weapon. This is a prototype that was recreated in the 13 factories.
Just like the Aurora that was brought to the condemned sector.
As for the sword, we just swiped it off the people who were transporting it to Arteria.
Harwood must have arranged for the nuclear weapons recreation. I bet the professor also had a hand in it.
But they shouldn't be able to detonate it, right?
Correct. No matter how similar the recreation, it's still very much incomplete. Dante's was only able to detonate the other prototype weapon by hitting the explosive lens with his sword. However, that sword can only be used by someone from the royal bloodline, so it should be impossible.
Wanna walk that back, maid lady? The bearded boss man gave us the A-OK to detonate this bad boy. I hear it's the most destructive force in the history of Zemuria. I've just been dying to know what it's like. Though, if we use it, Yorda and I might have to kiss our bright, murder-filled futures goodbye.
I should be able to get us out of here with my power, but we'd be cutting it real close. It's definitely a gamble. That said, as long as Ix and I are together to the end, I don't really care how or when I die.
Ah, but I have an ace up my sleeve. Teleportation. Still, I'd place my odds of survival at 30%. But the thrill of the gamble is irresistible.
This isn't a game, you know. We won't let you do it!
Yeah. There's something more to this than meets the eye.
Secure the weapon!
We can't have a repeat of what happened to Cray Village!
Ha ha! Come at us, you old farts! We're gonna blow you sky high!
That's the price you pay for tricking us. Get ready to die.
Not bad, but it's not enough. Let her rip, Yoda!
Ugh, you guys are so annoying. I'm gonna have to ask you to drop dead. No! Are they really going to do it?
At this distance, even a shard barrier won't.
Don't do it!
Weapon secured!
Okay, I can get that explosive lens off it in a jiffy!
No fair! Go easy on us, we're just kids!
You took both of us down at the same time. Guess that means you saw right through our plan.
How do you like that, you shitty little brats?
When we saw the sword resonate with the lens, we knew we couldn't leave anything up to chance.
Yeah, if we hesitated, you would have detonated it for sure.
I thought the only people who could wield that blade were those from the old royal family, the Eldarion bloodline. Its only surviving member was Gerard Dantes, whose real name was Gerard Eldarion. Let's hear it. What's your connection to him?
Huh? Van, does that mean you think they're...
Yeah, it's hard to tell based on our looks, that's for sure. Did you know that the members of the Gardens were given numbers and code names based on the minor arcana? Well, our code name was special.
And that code name was Double E. We inherited it from our father. The E stands for Eldarion, obviously. Kinda dumb that we had to share the same stupid letter just 'cause we're twins, but whatever.
Oh, you're kidding me!
Are you really Gerard Dante's children?
Yeah, but only by blood. It's not like we ever met the guy.
Don't think he was really a family man. I'm not that fussed about it, though. I don't care about anything. Well, except for Ix, anyway.
It all happened back when he was still a high priest within the cult. The royal bloodline of Eldarion was on the brink of extinction. So, the cult picked some random woman to be his mistress and had her bear his kids. It was all done pretty much on a whim.
The cult went under a few years after, and then Dantes went into hiding. Luckily for us, we got dragged off to the gardens right after. That's really all there is to it. To be honest, today was the first time I've ever given a crap about my bloodline.
Same! Blowing them to smithereens sounded fun! Plus, how many people get to say, I'm the chosen one?
Huh? What are you even saying?
You two really are screwed up in the head.
The more we peer in, the darker their minds appear to be.
I mean, we were born in a cult and raised in an assassin organization. I don't know what you expected. Man, it's crazy to think about how much lasting damage those groups have caused, even after they were wiped off the map. Hey, old 3 and 9, I've got a question for you. You gonna keep chasing the delusion of finding happiness? You know you can't run from your past. It has a way of catching up to you.
Shut up. And FYI, we're not running from our pasts. Also, I don't take lectures from losers. Guess all that talk of you being the garden's greatest masterpieces was just that. Talk.
Come again?
You are so full of it.
The cult and the gardens are over and done with. Their chapters have drawn to a close, and the pain and abuse they incurred have ended with it. The nuclear weapon was just a cheap little toy Harwood got from the professor, right? The real question is, what is he? Or rather, what was the cult trying to accomplish here?
That's a scary question, given what they already did to you and Katra.
If there's still something here he's after, then there's a good chance it's related to something the cult left unfinished.
Your guess is as good as mine. We don't really care what the old man's up to. We're just hired hands. He's right down the path over there, so why don't you go ahead and ask him yourself?
Are already back on their feet?
Are you serious? What is with you people and running away?
We're kind of beat. You wore us down pretty good. We did what we were told, so we're gonna bounce. Oh, right. I forgot this whole thing was a test.
Yeah, and we probably flunked it big time. Oh well, at least we had fun. I seriously doubt you could put a stop to the boss's plan at this point, but hey, maybe you'll prove me wrong. Anyway, later, losers!
They slipped away yet again.
Those two are something else, all right.
You said it. I'm just glad we dealt with them now rather than later. We'll do something about the disabled nuke after all's said and done. For now, we should head further in.
Right. We need to put a stop to the Oathbreakers' plans, whatever they may be.
We'll not only put a stop to it, we're going to tear it to shreds. That way, we can bury the past. For good.
Now you're talking my language.
All right, let's get going then.
Holy shit.
What the heck is that?
It's a light that's rising from below.
Why, hello again, my friends. You're looking less dead than I expected. I was so sure you'd get done in by the Angel, or get blown to smithereens by the nuclear weapon.
Well, I think we were all especially motivated to make you answer for your misdeeds. You hurt our dear friend Katra, and endangered so many lives by bringing that nuclear weapon here.
You also made use of biochemical weapons, which, might I add, is an international crime. Furthermore, you betrayed the society. You've quite literally turned everyone against you.
So, is that thing behind you what you've been after this whole time?
Indeed. Impressive, is it not? This little sanctuary was a creation of the cult's most wicked lodge. They called it a gate to a concealed world.
A concealed world?
I'm detecting a large spike in spiritual energy. So large, even, that my sensors cannot get a read on its exact quantity.
Are you all right, Fairy? It's there, on the other side. A powerful, malevolent force is staring right at us. The bloodthirsty gaze. If we let that thing go free, it's going to consume everything. I can feel it.
The hell's that supposed to mean?
She's not wrong. As you know, Nemeth Island was home to the lodge known as Paradise. Its members became twisted in their pursuit of a lost deity. They arrived at a goal that was similar, yet different from the rest of the cult. That goal was to alter Zemuria itself into a land that was suitable for the advent of their true god.
What do you mean, alter?
He's just spouting nonsense, right?
There are higher planes of existence that human beings are unable to interact with. But by connecting those planes to the real world, you can summon forth higher forms of life. Devils, angels, and malevolent gods. That's not your aim, though, is it? You aren't just trying to summon a higher being. You're trying to turn one into a human.
Bullseye. In fact, I'm utilizing the same personality transference techniques that were performed on you. The Zealous Lodge wasn't just trying to put an angel into a human vessel, oh no. That was merely the first stage of their master plan. Their true objective was to replace the foolish mortals that worshipped Adios with higher beings and transform this rotten world into a true paradise where their god would reside among them. That was their dream, and while it was certainly ambitious, it ultimately never came to fruition.
Really? That's what this was all about?
You've gotta be kidding me. Those poor kids went through all that pain and suffering? For the sake of some insane delusion?
That's right. Although, I would argue that insanity is purely subjective. Regardless, I don't believe their approach was wrong per se, but at the end of the day, they failed to execute on their vision. The Purge operation razed their ambitions to the ground. But ironically, it also planted a small seed of chaos. A trace of the cultists' obsession with their false god and their deep-seated resentment of those who foiled their plans remained. Not only that, but the many regrets of their victims endured after their deaths, leaving a stain that could never be blotted out. The flurry of emotions drew the attention of the higher beings, and thus a small crack into their realm manifested. And that crack was split wide open by yours truly. I put on a harrowing production, not unlike Horacion's death game, which caused those dormant emotions to bubble to the surface. Powerful traumatic feelings reemerged, and the higher beings are attracted to negative emotions like a moth to a flame. The result is what you see before you. Now all that's left is to pry open the lid with this.
A Genesis fragment!
Oh, shit!
It's breaking free!
If it passes through the gate, we're done for. This island, no, the entire continent, will be overrun by creatures more monstrous than anything we saw in Pandemonium.
Are you serious?
That won't happen. The fragment's the key. As long as we can pry it from his hands, we'll be in the clear.
In other words, we just need to kick his butt!
Right. If that's what it takes, let's do it.
You want to fight me, do you? Didn't your parents teach you not to play with poison? Don't forget that I'm still the fourth Anguis. By challenging me, you've dug your own graves.
I've got it! Now we can... It's getting bigger!
Oh, come on!
No. Harwood must have pushed it well past critical mass.
What are you doing?
Van! Everyone! I'll need your help! I don't care if it's with shards or some other trick. We have to find a way to close the gate. We're putting an end to Paradise, once and for all!
Sounds good to me. I'm ready to close the book on that damn cult for good.
Once we finish this, Mr. Silesian can finally rest easy.
It's not working!
No! Do we not have enough power?
We're so close! Are those lingering emotions really that strong? Cross.
Did you forget about the rest of us? I want to help too. That way, no one will ever have to suffer like I did. Believe in yourself, like we believe in you, Ren. You're so much stronger than you know.
Hang in there, Ren. We're right here with you.
Yeah!
The malevolent force is gone!
Guess that means we won.
Yeah.
Yes! We did it, Ren! Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm just so happy. Thank you, Agnes. And thank you all too.
Congratulations. Splendid work. You actually managed to completely close it off. You even snatched my little nest egg away. Looks like my entire plan just went up in smoke. My crimes just aren't working out like they used to. Perhaps it's time for me to turn a new leaf. I could try giving the fixer thing a shot.
Yeah, like anyone would give you a request.
You're in surprisingly good spirits. I thought you'd be more upset about your plan falling to pieces.
On the contrary, I quite enjoy seeing my schemes blow up in such spectacular fashion. I'm not the sort of criminal who insists that everything must go my way. That just isn't my style. I've learned that things never go the way I expect with you kids. And that's why I like you so much.
Well, stop liking us. Seriously.
There's something I don't understand. You did all this, betrayed the society, and tried to carry out the cult's unfulfilled plan. But for what?
I'm pretty curious about that part myself. I knew you brought some cult members into the gardens, but I didn't think you were tight with them. I want to know, what were you hoping to achieve with all this?
I wasn't seriously trying to fulfill the DG cult's desire, if that's what you were thinking. Far from it. I found myself loathing them once I learned that the little girl I once knew was still being dragged down by what they did to her.
No! That wasn't me! That wasn't me! Cross, where are you? Please come back!
One of my crimes was indirectly forming the gardens. And, as you said, I brought members of the cult into the fold. When a crime of mine is over and done with, I like to put it out of my mind completely before I start thinking up my next one. Then I saw that she was still suffering from the pain they engendered, and thus my concentration was shot.
You did all of this to help Ren get over her trauma?
I guess that fits your MO.
Well, if you're expecting any gratitude from me, I'm afraid you will be very disappointed. The fact remains that you forcibly reopened old wounds and pushed this whole plan onto me without my knowledge or consent.
Yeah, that's right! And you nearly killed us all with your biochemical weapons and that nuke!
Lest we forget what you did to Mr. Silesian. Your behavior here was unquestionably self-serving.
Somehow, I doubt helping Super Schoolgirl out was your #1 priority here.
Dear me. Try to do one good deed and this is how they treat you. Ah well, I've played my part, so I'll pass the baton.
Behind us!
Ah, too bad. I was hoping we would take you out in one fell swoop.
LP! It's the Grendel Zolga! Oh, that thing looks terrifying!
I had heard it was fearsome, but this is something else.
If that monster is here, then that must mean...
You bastard! You were plotting with them this whole time?!
Only up to this point. Ah, this place brings back so many memories.
The Garden Master!
You're the one who showed up in Aramis's underground.
So he's the supposed ringleader of the gardens?
Our contract is complete. Your assistance was most appreciated, Oathbreaker. Now kindly leave the stage.
The floor is all yours. What you do from here is none of my concern. So go nuts. I'm curious whether your scheme will play out like you think it will. Should make for an interesting watch.
I wasn't prepared to go through another fight. Are you ready for round 2, Van?
Don't have much of a choice, do I? Guess this is the second time you've seen me pull this trick. There!
Finally came out of hiding, Now then, I'm going to give you both a little dose of payback for what happened in Edith. I will make you all beg for mercy!
LP!
Her memories, they have been... No, this isn't the time for that. You ready, Van?
You bet your ass I am! Do it!
Alrighty then! Shards well! The Grendel's all yours!
Very impressive.
Been a minute since I pulled out this form. Last time was at the garrison.
Yes. But we have more people with us now. Since Catra isn't here, I'll put in double the effort.
Get ready for an ass whooping, you damn phony!
You're coming with us, LP, and we won't take no for an answer.
That's right!
Don't fool yourself into thinking you're a threat. Now what?